Hello and welcome back to the channel, folks. Heir of Kislev here, and I'm going to be talking about a fun topic today. It's one that is very near and dear to the people of Kislev and the members of the Ice Court, and it is an ancient and rich tradition known as bear baiting. So are you playing a lot of Kislev campaign, and you've noticed that there's a lot of demons, and they're kind of annoying, and they just keep invading your territory, and they keep invading, and you're looking for the most effective and efficient way to get rid of demons as Kislev? Well, like I said, the ancient and time-honored tradition of bear baiting in Kislev is now going to be explained to you. And no, bear baiting isn't like illegal means and methods for hunting like you might be thinking. This is when the bear hunts you. So let's see what happens when I employ bear baiting against the all-seeing eye here and this Herald of Tzeentch. Now, this battle takes place in the realm of the Sorcerer. It'll be the same if you're in your own lands or in a different Chaos realm. The enemies are going to be numerous, and if you get into melee with them as Kislev, it's usually not going to end well. Yeah, you can bring Zargard, but I find Kislev to be at its most effective whenever it's employing its ranged weapons, and this is a great way to maximize the impact those ranged weapons. So you can see this is a large Tzeentchian army here. There are Screamers, there are Furies, there are Forsaken, there are Blue Horrors, there's Flamers. We've got Spawn of Tzeentch. We have the works here, folks. So this is a pretty large Tzeentch army, and one that would cause pretty solid damage to me if it closed into range and I didn't start shutting it down quickly with my own ranged units. So let's see how bear baiting works. So step one, get your bears out in front of your army. So check. I've got Katerin and a Tempest Ice Witch and a Patriarch all on their bears, and then I've got my bear sleds. These are going to be light war sleds. You can use heavy war sleds as well. Both work. They're good against infantry. They've got great standoff range, and they cause armor-piercing damage. Just a lot of damage in general. Now, you can use Tempest Lore and Gust of True Flight to increase the reload and range of your bear sleds, which is exactly what I'm doing here. And this is really going to irritate any enemy, whether it's AI or player, but this works best on the AI. And you can see the AI does not appreciate being absolutely lambasted with lead at range. And my bears go ahead and get their attention, and here is where bear baiting really gets realized. So back here, I have a couple of units on both flanks of armored Cassars with great weapons and their nice precursor pistols, and in the main line, I have some Streltsy, the axes of Kislev here with their awesome ranged. And then behind them, I've got Ice Guards. This is the sword variant. Feel free to use a glaive variant, whichever way you want to go, but Ice Guards have a frostbite attack and excellent range, and the bear baiting has brought its first victim into play here, which is the Chaos Furies. They get so mad at the sleds that they charge in a blood rage straight towards them, and you bring them to the loving and cold embrace of Kislev's soldiers and give it to them from range with lead and icy arrows. And so you can see the bear baiting doesn't stop. I move forward, and I've got the attention now of some Screamers and some Chaos Knights of Tzeentch. And these are some heavy, expensive units. You'll notice that all the bear baiting has caused the AI to move up in like kind of a discombobulated fashion here. And I'm going to use Katerin's ice magic to do some slowing. In fact, I don't think it's got the spell setting here to where it goes into slow motion. So yeah, apologize for that, it just does it sometimes. So in any case, I've got them moving up. I'm gonna summon this giant elemental bear. I had it available to me. Part of bear baiting means you gotta bring the biggest bears for bait. So the elemental bear becomes bait for all of Tzeentch's army. They're like, hey, there's a giant SCM, let's attack it. So they put their flamers and everything on it, but you'll notice that that just creates a big blob. And not only am I shooting it with Streltsy, shooting it with Ice Guard, hitting it with sleds, I'm also bringing in the Heart of Winter now, which is a massive area of effect damage spell from Tsarina Katerin herself. And we're going to bring in the Cataclysmic Lightning spell from the Lore of Heavens. So the bear baiting has been particularly good this season, folks, because now Tzeentch is being struck by lightning, frozen by winter, attacked by a giant elemental bear, shot with guns, and hit with magical ice arrows. It's looking pretty good. This is some nice bear baiting, folks. So you can see that the Tzeentchian army is being absolutely massacred to almost no effect on my troops whatsoever. And then once the initial big troops are out of the way, the sleds just go rolling through the missiles and missile infantry. And folks, you have an absolute and wanton slaughter well underway, and there goes the entire army of Tzeentch. And all that's left is the Herald. It said he was all-seeing, so one can only assume that he knew this was going to happen and still let it happen, right? It's kind of pathetic. So I'm gonna give him the Bear Execution Squad, and then I've got my Streltsy and other units moving into range too to help finish him off. Here comes the Ice Guard with some finishing shots. Folks, that is how you bear bait. So, win in Kislev, and you have to go into the Realms of Chaos, or you're being invaded by wave after wave after wave of demons. This is how you get it done. And how effective is it? Well, let's take a look and see. I don't know, let's say 747 losses to my 4. So that's over 100 to 1 in effectiveness. Yes, you can be extremely efficient. Your armies will stay very much intact as you move through the Realms of Chaos or in defending your own lands. And if you put Lightning Strike in concert with this, where you're fighting one army at a time, Kislev can be absolutely decimating to its enemies in campaign when using the bear baiting. Just look how easy it is for these units to get quite a bit of value. Now remember that a lot of the Tzeentch army absolutely crumbled, but look at these Ice Guards. Already racking up 47 kills. The Streltsy didn't even get to fire that much, but again, look at the damage value they racked up in just a couple of volleys because of how much damage they do. So again, this is an extremely effective way to deal with enemy armies. If their infantry does get close enough and try and charge, you run it over with the sleds. Then you use Caterin and the Tempest Ice Witch's magic to slow people down, increase the range of your troops, increase the firepower, and increase the damage. And you will absolutely decimate your enemies from range. I love Kislev. They're fun to play. I hope this is some nice tips for you all in terms of how to play Kislev better. So get out there, get your bears ready, and start bear baiting and embarrass the AI with massive victories. HeirofCarthage signing out for now. I'll see you all soon with some more content in Total War Warhammer 3.